You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. 31-year-old Paul Murray arrested Wednesday afternoon by D.C. Metropolitan Police when he was found lurking outside of the U.S. Naval Observatory. That is the official residence of the Vice President of the United States. Now, of course, Vice President Kamala Harris and the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, they actually are staying at Blair House while repairs are being done at the Naval Observatory. Now, Paul Murray from Texas, what was he carrying? They found an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle and 113 rounds of ammunition in his vehicle. What the hell y'all think he was kind of carrying that firepower around? This is of significant concern, Reese, because we know the level of attacks, the amount of attacks, and the vitriol that was directed towards then Senator Kamala Harris. So it's no surprise we would hear this now that she is vice president.
Absolutely. I think it's one of the more undercovered aspects of her career. I mean, she even stated before that when she was Attorney General, she was strapped because of the threats that she received. So these are not new things. People forget that when the whole, I don't know if you guys remember the pipe bombs that were being sent out to different various Democrats, including President Obama or ex-President Obama at the time. Then Senator Kamala Harris was one of the people who were mailed those pipe bombs. If you look at just the rhetoric that's against her on social media, there have been reports that shows that she is the most attacked politician, female politician, in some case politician, male or female, on the internet by a exponentially larger amount. And so what people need to understand is that we know that VP Kamala Harris is strong, but we need to wrap our arms around her in protection and recognize the unique threats that she faces. As a Black woman, she is the biggest threat to white male patriarchy this country has seen in a very long time. And that's why so much has been put behind trying to stop her from ascending to the position of VP. And she's going to be under constant threat. And that is not something that should be minimized. And they need to be doing everything in their power to protect her.
Absolutely.
Amisha?
I agree with Reese here, because what we're seeing is that not only are the threats great and the potential even greater, Kamala Harris is seen by Republicans, and they knew this when Joe Biden announced her as vice president. She is seen as the biggest threat to America. The biggest threat to America in the eyes of white supremacists is a Black woman leader. And I think that because obviously, her ascension from vice president to president when she decides to run, that is disruptive to the entire white scheme of how things are supposed to go in these systems. And I think that to the point of them really pushing, we're seeing these white domestic terrorist groups. We're also seeing we're seeing leaders of the right-wing media talk about her 24/7 as though she is a terrorist that needs to be removed, even though she's sitting vice president and has served in the Senate, has served at the state levels as well. The problem with that is it goes to show the threat and the force that white men particularly use against Black women. And I think that what we're watching happen with Kamala Harris is a push to ensure that she is the biggest threat, that she is to be feared, that she is to be dissolved, that she is to be destroyed. And mark my words, if we do not protect that woman, they will get what they want in the same way that they've tried to do it time and time again as Black people, particularly women, have ascended to positions of power.
Greg, we cannot ignore these real threats.
Well, so far, the country has ignored them. In fact, so far, the country has abetted. I don't mean us. I don't mean Black. I mean the folks who are supporters of white nationalism with their silence or with their cosplay that this is somehow the norm. Of course, we all remember during the 2008 campaign, the perpetual fear that Barack or Michelle Obama or the children might be harmed. Some people in the audience who are old enough to remember 1984 when Jesse Jackson didn't get Secret Service protection until after the Nation of Islam provided the fruit and the MGT, the Muslim Girls in Training, at which point they jumped to give him Secret Service protection. And then the debate was maybe we would rather have the nation because we don't trust the Secret Service. So in this sense, If a guy is sitting out in front of your house with an AR-15, 113 rounds, and 5 magazines of 30 clips each on right around the corner from Embassy Row, and we make this about Vice President Harris, and you're right, there's a gender dimension to this, absolutely. We have to understand that the real villain in this is this country. What do I mean by that? I'm saying that Joni Ernst talking about protecting the Second Amendment, this white boy, Robert Aaron Long, buying a gun, as Reese said, then going and shooting these women. What is the common thread? Violence by any means necessary. When you heard Alicia Brooks talk about an ethno-state, what they are saying is that we will stop at nothing. Like Amisha said, we will stop at nothing to protect what we perceive as our interests. And the only question anybody who says this is a shame should have is, what are you going to do to participate in rewriting the DNA of this country so that this sister is not, her life is not under perpetual threat? That's the only question. There are no innocent bystanders in this. None.
Absolutely. All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.